Hey, what up, everybody? Stevie Breach coming to you live from the Taco Bell here. I listened to a lot of Wrestlemania prediction videos over the last couple of days, as well as a few different podcasts, and a lot of people are giving in their predictions on the Brock Lesnar versus Triple H match. It's honestly one of the main matches I see people making videos about and pouring the most into about what's going to happen. The one thing that I've heard most people say is that either one way or another, Shawn Michaels is going to cost Triple H the match, and at the same point he's costing him his match, he's going to cost him his career. Probably by walking into some sort of a sweet chin music that's supposed to be meant for Brock or Paul Heyman. It's going to hit Hunter. Hunter's going to get pinned, and the next thing you know, his career is over, and he's pissed, and he's going to take it out on Shawn Michaels. I think if you write this down, you could write one hell of a wrestling angle that would make a whole lot of sense. With them being friends and members of DX, if you want to bring up, the feud of 2002, 2003, before they came back together and 2005 with the DX, and ever since then they've been best buddies and pals. But I think the one thing that you could really play on is the build-up for WrestleMania 28, when Shawn came out and Shawn wanted to be the ref of the match. It was because he felt that Hunter was trying to do something that he couldn't do. And, they sort of put some beef between those guys at that point, even playing up to the point of Hunter was calling Shawn out for, butting in on his moment. In the end, they came out all friends. I don't think at any point in the WrestleMania 28 match, I know Shawn did give Undertaker his receipt, giving him the sweet chin music. I think went into a pedigree. I'm pretty sure off the top of my head. I haven't watched that match in a couple of months. But that was mainly because the Undertaker, because he didn't know really what was going on, he put the Hell's Gates on Shawn, and Shawn was trying to the referee was trying to tap out. He didn't want any more of that. All in all, that does make sense. I think it would play for a great wrestling angle if WrestleMania 30 came around. I think that I would love it. I would love to see it, but honestly, I don't think it's going to happen. Shawn Michaels put his career up, WrestleMania 26, well, I guess, that was a storyline. But Shawn Michaels gave his career up. Yeah, WrestleMania 26, he decided that, he wanted to be home with his family. He's gone on and he's done some ventures with some hunting shows and stuff like that, where he can be home more. And I think he's, he likes that life. If you follow him on Twitter, he never really seems like he's that bored. Like he misses the product. He watches wrestling, but he doesn't really follow wrestling. He, a lot of the stuff that he puts out there is, Hunter only tells him what he wants to know, and he doesn't really want to know that much more about anything else about what's going on there. He just shows up when they need him, reads his lines, and gives the best performance he can give, and that's it. I don't think that he wants to come back, even if it is like an Undertaker or a Rock or Brock Lesnar, where he only shows up to pump up this match for 2 months before WrestleMania, from like the Rumble on or something like that. But I think a lot of it has to do with Ric Flair. I think it's all well known. Shawn Michaels will never come out and say that he's really hurt, that Ric Flair, gave his career to Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania, gave him his last match, and then he went to TNA and he wrestled in stupid matches that didn't make any sense, such as against Mick Foley or in the tag match with AJ Styles, Hulk Hogan, and Abyss. When you do a career angle, even if you're Ric Flair, you should have gave your word. Right? WB gave him the perfect way out with the Hall of Fame, the last match on the big stage of WrestleMania. Why you'd want to go to the Impact Zone and wrestle in front of 1,000 people there, I don't know, and maybe close to 1 million people at home. It doesn't really make any sense. WrestleMania 24 was the perfect way for him to leave. Shawn Michaels' WrestleMania 26 was the perfect way for him to leave as well. I don't think a lot of people like to knock Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels is one of my favorite guys, but at WrestleMania 26, when you look at him, he wasn't Ric Flair status, but Shawn Michaels was starting to really look old. And I just really don't think it's going to happen. One of the reasons why a lot of people are really thinking that this is going to happen, Shawn Michaels versus Triple H, is that there's really nothing else out there for Triple H to do. You know, if he's going to be around, he's going to be a draw. You have to have a big name for him to get in there for him. I honestly think that there's a lot of matches that you could do out there. A lot of people are thinking The Rock and Brock are going to go out at WrestleMania 30, but honestly, after WrestleMania 28, a lot of people thought Rock versus Brock was going to be at 29. It didn't happen. It didn't pan out. They found a different direction they wanted to go. But I would love to see The Rock versus Triple H. You could easily do an angle where Triple H is, you know, the owner, the CEO, or COO. He's the guy in charge. And he doesn't like that The Rock just shows up here and there and appears basically when he wants to and shows up for the big payday. And he says, this is my show. And maybe he puts The Rock's career on the line. I think that's one way to go. I think CM Punk is still a damn good angle. I know that 2011 didn't really pan out the way that it wanted it to, with them going into the tag team match. But basically the Triple H match for, Night of Champions, I believe that was. You know, he was basically just filling in at the last moment for Kevin Nash because Kevin Nash didn't pass his physical. So, you know, for the people that say that match didn't deliver, I don't think that match was really built up for anything. I think it was the go-home show of Monday Night Raw. 6 days later, they're having a match. You don't really have a big storyline to pump into. I mean, you can make one up in your mind, but it never got to play out on the screen. So if CM Punk runs heel for the next year, he's going to be on top of Monday Night Raw for the lack of heels they have there. And easy for Triple H to say, you know, hey, you know, you're not going to run, buckshot over my company. I'm going to step up, and I'm going to be the guy who's going to end it. I mean, Vince has done that 1,000 times to guys that are bigger than CM Punk, and I can easily see that happening. You know, there's still a lot out there for Hunter and for them to move on, but there's no way in the world I think that Shawn Michaels is going to come out of retirement. WrestleMania 30, if he does anything, they're going to do the thing where he's a special guest referee, appears in somebody's corner, inducts somebody in the Hall of Fame, signs, autographs at WrestleCon or at some burger joint in New Orleans. I have no clue, but there's no doubt in my mind that Shawn Michaels will not wrestle again, and that Triple H will wrestle again, no matter what happens, the outcome of WrestleMania 29 against Brock Lesnar.